Nuclear Power Production by William Lockhart. In this presentation, I'll go over some of the viewpoints of the proponents of nuclear power, some of the costs involved, the viewpoints of opponents to nuclear power production, and some concluding thoughts. Many proponents of nuclear power say that although there have been severe accidents with nuclear power production, that they were because of human error and the technology is safe. It is important that when we implement nuclear technologies such as this, that everyone involved is very thoroughly trained and adequately prepared to deal with this type of material. Nuclear power is cheaper in the long run. The facilities, they are quite expensive to get up and running, but after that time frame is stretched over many years, they do come out cheaper in the long run. Nuclear production drastically reduces CO2 emissions. Seeing that the only byproducts of nuclear power production are heat and water vapor, this is most certainly true. And it has been proven with research that having a supply of power produced by nuclear methods does stabilize fossil fuel prices, so consumers will see cheaper prices at the pump, and other traditional methods of producing electricity will yield cheaper electricity. Some of the costs of nuclear power, high levels of engineering are required for safety purposes, so there's going to be a lot of upfront investment, engineering, and crafting all the technology involved in these plants. The staff are required to have costly in-depth training. It is crucial for these workers to be very aware of some of the consequences of failure to adhere to safety standards and have knowledge of what could happen if those are not followed. The materials required to construct these facilities are often very expensive and very high quality due to the nature of the radioactive fuels used. Operating costs are low once a facility is up and running, so although the cost up front is rather high, and it will cost a good bit to get the facility up and running and all of the staff trained, once the facility is up and functional, that cost will drastically decrease. Some of the opponents of nuclear power production say that even though the main cause of most of the accidents was human error, the fact still exists that the material used for fuel is unsafe and it does present danger to human beings. It's also important to note that terrorists could possibly take advantage of nuclear power plants by attacking those. In the event of an attack, failure to contain that nuclear fuel would be detrimental to any community that experienced something of that sort. Also, the disposal of these fuels, they say, could be dangerous to the environment. There's no foolproof way to dispose of these. The fuels, even the spent fuel, does remain nuclearly active for many, many years, so that is definitely a problem to address. In conclusion, nuclear power production is very viable for maintaining the necessary supply of electricity while reducing harmful emissions. However, the materials used for the fuel are very harmful to humans, and the implementation of these production facilities can be quite expensive.